You're watching the MWHS Wildcat News, the official news source of Millard West, with Cole Filer and Madeline Augustine.
On this week's edition, we'll cover
Special Friends Prom,
the Rally for the Planet,
Girls Soccer Senior Night,
Rugby,
Player of the Week,
and the Lake Zorinsky Cleanup. Welcome back. I'm Cole Filer.
And I'm Madeline Augustine. Last Saturday, students from all three Millard High Schools in the Millard Young Adult Program got together for this year's Special Friends Prom. I bring you more details.
On Saturday, April 27th, coordinators from Millard West, North, and South and the Millard Young Adult Program joined forces to put on this year's Special Friends Prom. Special Friends Prom began in 2001. Kelsey Williamson, daughter of board members from the Unlimited Possibilities nonprofit, helped to form this prom 18 years ago and put together a committee that has helped students put on this event each year for the past 18 years.
The original two founding students really just saw it as an opportunity to involve everybody inside the district. I know they had a passion for helping students with special needs and disabilities, and this was just a chance to get them on the same page.
Special Friends Prom is an important event because it provides a place for people of all abilities to be themselves and to be accepted. The ultimate goal for the Special Friends Prom was to offer a dance for kids who might not want to go to their homeschool dances because of the overwhelming sensory stimulation.
It's important to have things like this too that are separate from like Millard West Prom because the sensory needs of some students are just more, and they need more of a environment of people who know like what their needs are and how to handle it.
Planning for the event began back in September, and once all of the coordinators agreed on this year's theme of going camping, they put all of their efforts into finding donations and completing the decorations. Their final product in the night overall was worth all of their hard work over the past 8 months.
Everyone's smiles and happiness, because that's one of my biggest paybacks from doing this is just the pure joy that we all have when we're together.
Scenes from a campsite in the forest covered the walls of the reception area and allowed all of the guests to feel as if they were truly at a night of camping. The night was filled with smiles and laughter as friends from all three schools in the young adult program reunited. For nearly everyone, though, the highlight of the night was being able to show off all of their best dance moves on the dance floor.
I just go to dance. I will show you how to be dance, just like Michael Jackson.
The unified programs at all three high schools work to put on events like Special Friends Prom throughout the entire year. These events are a way to make sure that people of all ability levels are given the same opportunities.
Inclusion in general is the way of the future. It's how we're heading. In a few years we won't even have to name it inclusion because it will just be the norm of people accepting everyone no matter their ability level.
Special Friends Prom is a way to ensure that everyone is able to have a special spring dance that they can remember forever. This has been Madeline Augustine with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Last Saturday, April 27th, the Millard West Students for Sustainability had their first rally at Memorial Park to raise awareness for climate change. Gabe Paredes and Caitlin Willard shed some more light on the topic.
This past Saturday, on April 27th, high schoolers around the metro area got together at Memorial Park to form a rally to recognize the impact of climate change. Millard West Jr. AMELIE was one of the main organizers of this function.
This rally is our students, Omaha Students for Sustainability, our first little rally that we're having. It's for awareness to climate change and other pollution, stuff like that humans are doing to the earth, and we want to try to get legislators and politicians to take us seriously when we ask for change. Our goal is to eventually get more of a movement and more of a following, and then we'll be able to try to convince our politicians for more green deals.
Cole is part of a group called Students for Sustainability, an organization started by a variety of students from different high schools to come together to take a stand and make a change.
So in October, I read the IPCC climate report assessment, as well as the one that the United States government released a few weeks later, and I just felt the most overwhelming panic and fear that I've ever felt, just because looking toward the future after reading that, I just couldn't see anything. It was all it was just your earth is gone. So that was my inspiration. So I texted the president of the Omaha Students Union, Paul Romero, and I said, Paul, we need to do something. Let's have a council, a climate council dedicated just to climate and sustainability. And he was like, it's your baby. So I texted a few of my friends and I was like, let's make an environmental gang. And they were like, okay. And so here we are today. I guess it worked.
Although they weren't in Students for Sustainability, Other students from Millard West came along to support their fellow Wildcats and advocate for a greener earth.
Well, one of my good friends, AMELIE Cole, Miss AMELIE, she is in Students for Sustainability and she invited me, so I was excited to support her and help the earth. You can come to parks and everything and think the world is so green, but in reality it's becoming a pit of trash and we just need to help it out and do the best we can. And climate change is real. It's so real and it hurts.
The hot topic of climate change has been flaming here in America. Through this rally, these students express their voice and stance on the issue.
Climate change is very real. There's so much scientific evidence that proves it, and even within our own state, you can't ignore what scientists from like UNL have been saying. And in no other country but the US is it a political issue really. Climate change, most other countries accept that it's true. It's just a matter of how they address it, and it's really unfortunate that here we try to convince people that it's false, because it's not, it's true.
This has been Gabe Paredes and Katie Willard with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Brianna Treader gives us this recap on the girls' soccer senior night game versus Papio South.
On Tuesday, April 23rd, the Millard West girls varsity soccer team finished their regular season playing against the Papio South Titans. The Wildcats dominated the game with a final score of 4-0, making their season record 13-1. Alongside finishing out their regular season, the 8 varsity seniors and 2 foreign exchange students were recognized during halftime of the game in honor of senior night. This year's seniors have played a key role in leading their team to the success that they've had during their season this far. 6 of the seniors are going on to further their soccer careers in college all over the Midwest. Collectively, they have scored 248 goals, only conceding 45 times. And they are 3-time district and state semifinalists and this year's Metro Conference champions.
I definitely think we brought our experience from, there's many of us who either started playing varsity our freshman year or our sophomore year, and so we've gotten very used to the pace and how physical the game can be. And so I think our experience really helped with some of the younger girls transitioning into varsity.
With the 7 strong senior players, it's no wonder that the Millard West girls varsity soccer team is the #1 seed in Class A. In their 2019 season alone, the Wildcats have scored a total of 86 goals and have only given up 6 to their opponents.
I think the most successful part is probably everyone working together and learning to play as a team, and basically that's what's made us successful in playing games and beating harder teams.
On Wednesday, May 1st, the girls varsity soccer team won their 14th consecutive district championship, and the team will advance on to the first round of state starting next week on Monday, May 9th.
Now, starting today, we're 0-0. It doesn't matter what we did at the beginning of the season. It doesn't matter how many goals we scored or what our record was. If our bigger goal is to make it to the state tournament and then play well at the state tournament and eventually win the state tournament, then we've got to get back in our mindset of competing, working well together, doing what we do best, and really just leaving it all out on the field.
The time and dedication that these girls have put into their sport will surely shine through at the state tournament. This has been Brianna Treader with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Thank you, seniors!
Jake Janisek and Mackenzie Gonzalez bring us this heartfelt feature on last week's rugby game.
On Friday, April 26th, the rugby team honored a game for senior Blake McCune. They decided to choose this game because the last game Blake ever played was against Gretna, and they're usually one of their biggest rivals. Blake has added motivation for this team this season.
A lot of the reason that we're playing is for Blake. He's our motivation, because every time that we go out there, we know that we're going to try to do our best to win the game for Blake, and that's how we're going to carry on through the rest of the season.
After Blake's passing, it has shifted the focus of this team to play for something bigger.
We go into every game thinking we're playing for something bigger than ourselves, and it's really had an impact on us. We feel like we have 16 guys and every team's all at 15. It just motivates us to play harder every single game because we know it's for him.
In the end, they are now more of a family than just known as a team.
I would say it would make us a lot more motivated to go to practice, do better in games, just be better than we were. I think it's made us a lot closer as a team, more like a family, and I would say it's made our one goal not to only win it for us, but to also win it for Blake and his family.
The team was able to pull off the 26-12 win at home against Gretna. Coming up for them this weekend is a game against St. Thomas Aquinas, a nationally ranked team from Kansas City. Then state is just right around the corner. The team will continue to play for Blake the rest of this season. This has been Jake Janasek and Mackenzie Gonzalez with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Varsity soccer player senior Andrew Hall is this week's Player of the Week. Jasmine Hermosillo-Padilla and Natalie Eljamal report.
This week's Player of the Week is varsity soccer player Andrew Hall. Andrew has been team captain for 2 years and plays on defense.
I've been playing since I was 3, and I just love the game, and it's really fun to play and build a connection with your teammates.
Andrew will be continuing his soccer career at Rockhurst University in Kansas City.
Well, first of all, he's been captain for, I think, 2 years, and he talks a lot, and he's a great player, and there's a reason why he's going to college for soccer.
On the field, Andrew plays a big role in helping lead the Wildcats to a win by scoring many goals.
Andrew contributes to the team by just commanding the field and giving us confidence throughout the whole game.
Along with soccer, Andrew works on his academics by taking AP classes to become more successful all around.
Soccer motivates me to do well academically, so then you're able to do both.
Teammates Caden and Edric talk about how Andrew plays on the field.
He's really calm on the ball and really confident and makes sure that all of us are on the top of our game.
He's really good at positioning when he defends, and he has good long balls, and he's a smart player.
Like any athlete, Andrew strives to improve his soccer skills to better himself for the team.
I think I've been playing pretty well, but I couldn't do it without my teammates.
This has been Natalie Eljamal and Jasmine Hermosillo-Padilla on the MWHS Wildcat News.
Last Sunday, April 28th, the Wildcat Service Club had made it their mission to pick up all garbage laying around the park. AMELIE Smalley and Macy Wall give you more details.
On April 28th, students of the Wildcat Service Club went to Zorinsky Lake to clean up litter that trashed the beautiful area where many people walk. Though it was a cold day, they had about 12 students that came, and they even had new students join in.
I decided just to come out and pick up because I think any amount of just cleaning up our earth is really important, and no matter how small your action is, it really does count.
Zorinsky Lake is a beautiful nature area where people walk, bike, and run around it. All the trash buildup has made the lake less beautiful and a harm to the fish and animals around.
To go more in depth with it, obviously it breaks down and it kills animals, the fish in there. And it harms everything that's taking that water in, and that includes, people who just come over just to see it and kayak in it, whatever. And it's not good for anyone.
Litter awareness has been going on for many years to stop throwing your trash out in random areas and to just put it in the right area. Even though people know not to litter, it still goes on today.
I think a lot of it's carelessness. Some of it I think is unintentional, like you're doing something and something blows out of your hand. So I do think a lot of it has to do with even like in trash cans, the wind that we've had. I know when I was coming home from work actually a couple of times there were trash cans blowing all over the neighborhood, and I think that was just as a result of really bad weather and again unintentional, but I do think a lot of people are just careless, or maybe there's not a trash can around and they don't want to look for one, and maybe just it's lack of awareness, I really think.
Picking up litter or doing any community service activity can help not only the people and world around you, but it can also help you see a different view on how you can make the world a better place.
Spending time not on your phone, in the community, doing something in a group, I think is really helpful, and it gives you some time to reflect also on, what am I doing to help myself find meaning as a human being on this earth?
As Counselor MAUREEN ZOHLEN said, to find yourself, you have to lead yourself in the service of others. This has been AMELIE Smalley and Macy Wall in the MWHS Wildcat News.
That's it for this week, Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MWHS Catalyst.
And for more stories, check out our website at millardwestcatalyst.com. See you next time, Wildcats.